Yo, yo, hip hop heist, man. What up? We back at it with another reaction. Kanye West wireless ban reveals shocking hypocrisy. Hypocrisy. I'm burnt. Hypocrisy in UK politics. Damn, I'm burnt. Uh, Hit that like and subscribe, man. We gonna have fun with it. We gonna get into it, man. Pepsi. And other sponsors have dropped their sponsorship for the UK Wireless Festival because Kanye West is headlining. And now there are rumors that the Wireless Festival is canceled. So let's get into this and what this lady got to say at the Telegraph. And we're going to go from there. Hit that like and subscribe. It's Hip Hop Heist, man. Kanye West.
Cancelled after its headline act, Kanye West, was banned from entering the UK for his previous anti-Semitic remarks. But is this really the best way to deal with anti-Jewish hatred in the UK? But apparently we've got all of this outrage about someone who, yes, was anti-Semitic. I am not for a minute trying to justify what he said. What he said was abhorrent and awful. But there is a context to this, and it's mental health. And that's the other inconsistency here. The likes of Sir Ed Davey and all of their ilk are perfectly happy to be doling out welfare money and Motability cars to people with mild anxiety. And yet when somebody high profile presents themselves with probably the most classically obvious case of mental ill health we've witnessed in recent years, everyone starts pointing the finger. Tim, we've returned.
Ooh, that's a good point. We do know he was diagnosed, right? And whether you believe doctors or not, and you believe the healthcare system or not, or big pharma or not, right? He was diagnosed with bipolar, with whatever else mental things at the time. So therefore, damn, that's actually crazy. Like, she's saying that the UK government is happy to just fork out money and grants for people that say they have a mild case of what you say, depression or whatnot, which is still a medical issue. For him, when he was going through his medical issue, now you're saying you can't come to our country. Like, that kind of doesn't make sense. So let's hear what this guy has to say.
Daily Tea studio, because there's breaking news. Now, we had recorded an entire section of the Daily Tea agitating over whether or not Kanye West, the US rapper, should or shouldn't perform at the Wireless Festival. You're now back home, again resembling Tiffany. Are you sometimes in your spare time taking calls on some kind of customer service hotline? Just to explain to those only listening to this, Tim's not just got headphones on, but like one of those kind of wired microphones attached. Like, do you want me to give you my credit card details? What's happening here?
Putting you through. No. This is the only headphones I've got. These are the only ones I've got.
Love it. Anyway, you're back home because you're writing a feature. I've been running around town trying to star in royal documentaries. And basically, we've come back here because now this is the latest. Okay, Kanye West has been banned from the UK. He is not being given a visa, or actually an ETA, that electronic travel authorization. Shabana Mahmood, the Home Secretary, said, no, you're far too anti-Semitic to enter these shores. And so Wireless, in turn, who have been under pressure for the last 24 hours to stop this festival, or at least Kanye West's involvement in it from going ahead, have now said, OK, well, if we don't have our headline act, then we're going to cancel the whole festival. Is this a case of giant overkill? Or if someone like West does suggest that he is a Nazi, Tim, then maybe he shouldn't be allowed into Blighty at all.
Well, he has, of course, apologized for his past statements, including publishing a full-page letter in the Wall Street Journal. He has said that he has suffered from a debilitating case of bipolar for the last few years, brought on by an accident in 2002, which he says was mistreated and left in one period to a 4-month-long sort of mental bender in which he came out with this nonsense. So he would say that yes, he said things that were wrong in the past, but he has apologized for them, and he's willing to go further. He was offering to meet with Jewish groups when he came to the UK. And as of this morning, which is one reason why we recorded one version of this and now having to do another, the person running the festival came out in his defense and said that we ought to give people a second chance. Also, if we are operating in the spirit of free speech, and when this country was truly great, it was somewhere that was renowned throughout ancien regime Europe for being unusually friendly towards free speech, such that many people came from abroad to exercise it here. This is where in the 19th century Karl Marx wrote Das Kapital. This is where in the early 20th century Lenin met Trotsky for the first time. So we've got a long history of being open to people coming here and speaking their minds. Having said that, though, I don't think it's entirely contradictory to say free speech for British citizens, yes, but we do control and have a say over who gets in and who is allowed to speak here. If you think about it, that's the point of Brexit, isn't it? It's border control. It's the ability and the freedom to say no, including to extremists. And that means saying no to Islamist extremists. It also means saying no to pop stars who we regard as extremists. But Theresa May blocked a rapper from coming to this country in 2015 called Tyler, the Creator. And just recently, a Dutch woman whose name I'm not even going to bother to try to pronounce was banned by the Labour government from coming in. She had been critical of Starmer and of his immigration policy, and they said that it would be bad for the community.
Even Geert Wilders was banned as well, wasn't he? The Dutch politician at one point. I mean, he is hard right.
I believe David Duke, the plastic surgery enhanced white supremacist, has been banned since 1970.
Interesting. All right, let's take a look at this. It says David Schwimmer on Monday applauded sponsors who backed out of UK's wireless festival after Ye, the artist formerly known as Kanye West, was announced as a headlining act in June. The Friends actor, who is Jewish and spoke out against Ye's anti-Semitic posting spree, where he self-identified as a Nazi last year, addressed the rapper's attempt to return to the fest circuit as sponsors pulled out of the event in the lead-up to the UK government, barring him from traveling there, and subsequently the fest cancellation on Tuesday. It says, and this is the dude from Friends, it says, until Ye demonstrates a commitment to building back trust, not only with the Jewish community, but with all the fans he left heartbroken and disappointed by his hateful rhetoric in the last several years, he should not be granted a platform to perform, Schwimmer wrote in a lengthy essay on Instagram. The actor accused Ye of becoming one of the most recognizable hate-mongering bigots in the world. Wow. Who has used his celebrity status to promote hate against Jewish people. Oh, so he said, this is what Schwimmer said. An apology letter is just that, words on paper, and an advertisement. Generating publicity before a concert tour does not erase years of abuse. I believe in forgiveness, but it takes much more than this. Then again, I do not profit from his appearing at Wireless Festival. Until Ye demonstrates a commitment to building back trust, not only with the Jewish community, but all the fans he left heartbroken. All right, we just read that. He even says, I hope Budweiser, Beatbox Beverages, Drip Water, and Big Green Coach come to the same conclusion. Damn. Let my boy in the country, man. I mean, how long, again, that's the thing. Like, he's just saying, Friends guy, Schwimmer, is just saying, he's saying this. I mean, I don't know if, I'm not sure. I don't know how he really feels. I can only take the word for it, right? So he wanted Ye to do more burnt. That's that California pressure that'll put you out. Oh man, what was it? Garlic butter, I think we were smoking earlier. Garlic butter medication. Boom. Let's get back to this clip. The actor's post arrives as Ye claims to want to put his days of praising Hitler on. Oh yeah, that's why they mad. I forgot. On social media, behind him this year as he promotes his latest album, Bully, which has debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200 chart. Ye's big comeback attempt has already seen him do massive shows in Mexico City and Inglewood, while several other performances include a still-on-the-books headlining act at an Italian music festival are set for the months ahead. Earlier this year, the rapper took out a full-page ad in the Wall Street Journal where he apologized for his anti-Semitism, noting that it took place amid a months-long manic episode. He reportedly completed his new album before the ad was published in the newspaper. Just 2 days after Ye dropped the album, Wireless announced that he'd headlined 3 nights of the fest, a move that didn't go unnoticed by major sponsors like Pepsi, PayPal, which backed out of the event thereafter. Damn. So Schwimmer's not even taking the apology, right? That's crazy. Cause you got, I mean, well, who are you? You're not God. You don't get to make those decisions. Like, take the man, take his word, and he apologized. Took out an ad in the newspaper. Like, come on, man. That's crazy. But I mean, can't tell nobody how to feel. Yeah, we're gonna leave this article link in the description. We're gonna give you the link to the video as well, the original that we were just reacting to. But yeah, we're gonna get out of here. This Hip Hop Heist TV, man. Help somebody out today. I feel like that's the real reason we here on this earth. Do what you gotta do to survive, but be generous to other human beings, man. You know what I mean? We all don't know what we're doing here. So, to me, I think the best way to live is to just be of service and to get yours in the meanwhile too. But not if it has an effect on other human beings. So let's get to it, man. We out of here. Peace.